Today on Family Matters.
My mum needs help with her two younger children. She's not their parent, she's their best friend.
The only reason why I'm here is because I don't want to keep shouting at him as well. I said, give me a minute.
They've been able to do what they want for so long that they genuinely think that they're in charge.
You are going to sit here denying nothing's going to change.
What are you doing? You're calling me a liar.
It's weird seeing you be strong to being this little tiny woman. What have you become? It's not you.
We're all here because we want to make it better.
Money in the house is very tight with us.
We're about £31,000 in debt.
Why'd you have takeaways? School shoes or takeaway? Not really hard to work out, is it?
No. We've got our priorities completely wrong.
Yeah. There's a market saturated with music classes and ballet classes, and yeah, great. But what if you're a family that can't? Then you know what? Bring the entertainment home. Go to the library and get the music out and do it there. I think it's a lesson for everybody. Welcome to the show. My first guest, Stephanie, is here because she feels her mum has lost control of her home and her two younger siblings, Holly and Mason. She says when she was younger, her mum was much stricter. But after a combination of bad relationships and problems with alcohol, Stephanie feels like her mum has given up on discipline and is letting Holly and Mason rule the house.
My name's Steph. 22. I have a 21-year-old sister, Sophia, and I have my mum, Maxine. I also have a baby brother and sister at 8 and 6. My mum needs help with her two younger children.
I can climb up.
Get down.
Mason!
Oi!
Listen, I said give me a minute.
She's not their parent, she's their best friend.
I'm sick.
Are you sick?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mason is a pest. He stands there and if I could sit and have a nice conversation and he'll be going, Mum, 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 Mum.
Mummy! Mum, have a hug.
And then if she carries on talking to me, yeah, he'll smack her in the leg, tell her he hates her, storm off, throw things around the sitting room or at somebody.
There and you're at bottom. And you try and do the stairs back.
Holly's a bully, and I think that's what my mum doesn't control with Holly.
Can I have it?
But what? I just got it.
If she was to smack or hit Mason,
Yeah.
she won't apologise. She will refuse point blank that she's done anything wrong.
Is that ripping my piece of paper?
I find myself then having to discipline them, and it's not my place to do that. I'm the sister. I feel like I'm trying to be a parent instead of their friend.
Thank you for being here. I want to know what it was like for you growing up as a child with your sister, and then, you know, how you feel that the influence of partners and everything else has really affected the family.
My mum was our best friend growing up. She taught us to rollerblade. She used to take us in the street and get all the kids together and she'd start game and round us up.
Yeah.
She'd even get every kid, and if they want out, she'd get them out. That'd be it. She would take us all around the park all the time.
So a fun, active mum.
She, over the top. She was your best friend. But there was that line. You knew where it was. So she was your best friend when you needed it to be, and when you needed to be put in place, she knew it, and it were good. You were fun.
So you had fun with your mum, but you knew where to toe the line.
Yeah.
Okay. And would you say that you certainly, you know, had it together as far as you knew what these girls needed?
The bigger three, yeah. A lot easier with the bigger three.
Okay. Was you drinking then or not?
No.
You wasn't?
No.
Okay. So now, just take me further up the road.
I got into high school.
Yes.
I still had mum. She even sat me down on my first day I might add. She snuck in and sat with me. And then we came home from school one day and she introduced us to her partner.
Okay.
She seemed happy at first, you know, like...
Yes.
Giddy. Schoolgirl giddy. And then all of a sudden she was grumpier than normal. So, like, You'd bicker over something stupid and she'd take it and it'd be like, oh, you've spoke to Mum like that.
And you were Harold then?
About 13.
13?
We're only young.
Right, so you're young, new relationship, and obviously for you that was a relationship that was no good at all.
No.
How long was you in that relationship for?
6 years.
Did you drink during that bad relationship? Or
Yeah.
You did?
Because practically from the beginning to even going out the door.
So, from that relationship ending
Yeah.
and finishing, was that a decision that you'd had enough?
I'd had enough. Enough's enough.
But you carried on drinking?
No.
You stopped?
I stopped drinking.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I've drank twice since then.
Right, let's go to the tape.
My mum was really strict.
So apologise. Apologise to him, that was naughty.
But she is loving. You knew what line to and not to cross. 10, 13, and she got a new boyfriend. She found out she was pregnant. The baby came. Things got worse at that point on.
I was practically in the house all the time.
She started drinking quite heavily.
I've been drunk a couple of times and cooked a Sunday dinner.
Things got worse. Another baby came along, and I think my mum just had enough one day. Because there's so much unresolved issues, I think, that she's just finding it hard to put into place rules and the discipline.
Holly's got my fork!
Holly, give him his fork!
Hello?
I feel like they're in control sometimes, like that's what I give in to them. Come on, you sit in here. You stay there. Do you want me to put cat hose on for you?
Yeah.
Okay then.
So what are the kids missing out? What are they missing out on?
Discipline.
Discipline. That they don't know how to have any respect. They don't have a mother. They have.
But they're not going to get much respect if they see the older three being like that. And
Like what? Do we smack you, do we? Do we tell you?
no, but you do smack the children.
I do.
Like,
Thank you.
they do get slapped and it's unacceptable.
No, I naughty corner them, and I do because I'm sick to death of them. It's my daughter that's there as well.
I want to just call time out for a minute. I'm talking about get off your chest everything that's been sitting in there for years. That's what I'm talking
What's that
about.
going to achieve?
Shall I tell you?
What I reckon, I reckon this will upset her, and then I'll lose them.
No, because I've already heard
You won't
probably.
lose it, Mum.
You don't.
Come here, come here. Come here, come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Did you just hear? Did you just hear what Stephanie said? She said, but then I'll lose a mum.
And you're so much better than this. You can become so much better than this. And it's weird seeing you be strong and being a mum to being this thimble, little tiny woman. Look, what have you become? It's not you.
Yeah,
It doesn't suit you. You're
6 kids, you don't have time to eat.
You know, and I feel like you're getting it back slowly, but you're burying your head in sand. You've made a joke of this. Or you're going to make me look bad and show that the kids aren't as bad, instead of just saying, look at my babies. I want to help them because it is for them. And I only want you to become the mum I had.
Still to come on Family Matters.
They've been able to do what they want for so long that they genuinely think that they're in charge.
You're going to sit
I'm not-
here
I'm not-
denying nothing's going to change.
What are you doing? You're calling me a liar.
My name's Sophia, I'm the daughter of Maxine. I've watched my mum's parenting for a very long time, since she first had Ollie.
Yeah, but there's no game to it, Mum. See, Mum. That music, Mum.
It's not because I was being nasty, or it was more of I felt I knew what I was doing before she did. You're gonna laugh at him, you're gonna point and laugh. When my mum first had Ollie and Mason, she couldn't quite bond with them. So for the first year or so, every time I come home from school, I had them from the time I went in till the time they went to bed.
Give us some kisses.
She was drinking every day. She was just a nightmare. The house was always a mess. We'd have to come home from school and clean up, and sometimes we'd have to pick her up off the floor because she was just that low. I'd like to say she started picking herself back up a little bit. Not me. Unfortunately now she's dealing with the consequences of not being able to control her own kids.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Don't take this personally, right, but I think you were being far too soft with some stuff that you'd said.
We're all here because we want to make it better.
You, watching backstage, you were genuinely making excuses. It's because they're little, it's because they're little, it's because... No, it's not because they're little, it's because they've been able to do what they want for so long that they genuinely think that they're in charge and they can do as they please and when they want and how they want and speak to people the way that they want without thinking that there's any repercussions. And again, you might not want to hear this, I'm really sorry, but sometimes some kids just need a smack. I mean, we got one when we were growing up and it didn't do us any harm.
You didn't.
Mason, I think. And yeah, I do smack him when he's naughty at my house.
When they're at our houses.
I smack him when he's at mine
So
because he needs to know what he's
disrespectful,
saying and what he's doing. He's
furniture,
naughty.
smashing stuff.
I don't get that from everybody else. I say is my neighbour gives them a pound because they're good. It's like asking they're being good all night.
Yeah, I mean, I have to disagree. I have to disagree. We're sitting here talking about domestic violence and I don't feel that this is even productive to talk about giving kids a smack when they come from a home where there's been domestic violence.
Not really. I don't think they saw any of that. I think the only people that saw that was me and you.
Well, they're
the
not...
kids was passed out fast
But
asleep.
they know
The kids
about
were in my
it.
bed asleep.
They know about it.
Yeah, they know about it, but not from seeing it because they didn't see it at
They
all.
would have seen some of it. We just think they don't see it. They do.
Well, they would have done it when I was there.
It's not okay,
That's what I have.
you know?
I shouldn't have to hit Mason. That's not the way to hit. I don't want to be hitting Mason. And the only reason why I'm here is because I don't want to keep shouting at him as well, because it's like, Mason, till I have to shout. I don't want to. And I say to him in the morning, I don't want to have to shout.
So you don't want to have to shout.
I don't want to
You
shout.
come from a domestic violent family. The violence is not the way forward. The shouting is not the way forward.
Exactly.
But here's what I do want to show you, because here's the thing that I know that both your daughters are here talking about.
Yeah.
And that's you being mindful of teaching the children how to be respectful, how to grow up being respectful of themselves.
Yeah.
I had a chance to meet the kids. Watch the tape. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are you Mason? Hi, Mason. Nice to meet you. I'm Jojo.
Anna.
Hello. Hi. You know? Hi. Nice to meet you, darling. And who are you?
Holly.
Of course. What do you think I could teach Mummy today?
Like, to send them to bed at the right time.
What time do you think you go to bed then?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
No, we'll go to bed at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Sometimes 8.
Right. Do you listen when you're told to go to bed?
Yeah.
Or sometimes you don't and you want to stay up?
I go to bed as he starts jumping all over me, saying,
Yeah.
Holly, and he's waking
You
me up.
don't go to bed when you're told?
Yeah, but she annoys me. No, because he comes, I'm in bed and he goes, Holly, can we play? And I'm like, no, I don't
You want to play at night still? Do you still want to play at night?
And he asks me questions. He says, oh, Holly, can you do this? Can you do that? While I'm in bed.
In the night time? There's time for sleep. Have a hug. Goodbye, love. And a kiss. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
So maybe we should be going to bed at 9 o'clock then.
I want you to not be defensive, OK? Not justify, not find an excuse. What I'd like you to do is just to listen to your daughters, OK? Talk to you about what they feel the kids need that constructively they don't feel that you're giving them. Stephanie, give me one thing you'd like to see change because you know the improvement that it will make and the foundation it will lay for the children.
Routines.
A routine.
Routine. Structured routine. Getting up together. eating together, off and out, home together, bedtime stories, baths together.
A routine creates stability for the children. It lays down a foundation of them knowing what's happening. That creates a sense of security too, OK? Yeah. That's what you provide in the home for them if you have routine and you have that structure. So being able to have a routine and know what you're going to be doing with them from when they come home to when you have to leave becomes familiar,
yeah,
it becomes stable ground.
My kids come home from school, they have to take their shoes off. Their bags are left on the safety gate for a reason. Then they go upstairs, they get the uniform off, they come down, and if she's got homework, I try and get it done before I go to work. I try and get what I can. I get them to read to me, because I tell them all the time I'm proud when they read.
Is that what you say?
No.
That's not what you say?
It's not what I say, no.
But that's what goes on every day.
Stephanie's saying it's not what she's saying, but it's what you know needs to be done.
But that's what I do. We come home from school, the uniforms are off. They do.
They're all over the floor.
Yeah, they're all over the floor when they come at
Well, why, if they're all such all over the floor, why is Mason on the morning going... Because he has disrespect, so it's like, you should get my uniform. He knows his uniform's on his bedroom window.
If you do not want to admit, if you are going to sit here denying, nothing's going to change. What you're getting... What you're getting...
No, what you're doing, you're calling me a liar, is what you're doing. The kids do come home. No, all right, then, yeah.
I'm not calling you nothing.
You're right, yeah, you're right, I'm wrong.
Trying to mediate.
OK, then. You're right, I'm wrong.
Oh, Mum, shut it.
Not.
We've brought you here for help. Just chill.
Well, why are you calling me a liar?
We're not calling you a liar.
You are.
I didn't. I don't see your kids
please.
after school because I've got my own life and my own stuff, so I don't see none of that. I'm not calling you a liar.
And I don't understand how they could change routine just because I'm there. If that's how it went, they'd still do it even if I was there.
When somebody else is there, they like to
then
show
prove me wrong.
off.
Take the help that you need and prove me wrong, but you're too busy trying to make me look like an idiot.
And you want me to slap my kids?
No,
I don't.
said that.
She does. Do I smack my daughter?
No, but you do. You do.
I'm sorry, but when Mason gets out of line with my daughter and I give him a smack, he's too quick to come back and say, look, I'm very sorry.
He shouldn't be
that was
slapping
wrong.
him anyways.
Well, he shouldn't be pushing my daughter on her face and stuff like that. And when he comes to mine, he does throw his coat on the floor.
Yeah,
and me and Ryan ask him to pick it up.
He doesn't mind.
We ask him to pick his shoes up and move his shoes properly because we've just got new carpets and we don't want him ruining the carpets. They're constantly running up and down.
Do you understand that the way that you all talk to each other and why no one really hears each other and this that's going on?
It's because we all want our say. We all want to get what we want.
It's
we all think we're right.
It's not. It's because of how you were raised. It's because of the environment you grew up in. As women that have been raised in this environment, as that young little girl that's being raised in that environment and that young little boy, that they have healthy relationships, that they have a healthy understanding of what it means to be raised in a family where the foundations are laid to give them the best opportunity. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say and put across.
They need role models.
Let's go to tape.
I want to do this so that these two children can have the life I had. If I could look at my mum now, I would say thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunities. They're not going to say that. What has she given them? And I want them to be able to say, thank you, Mum. Thanks for everything I have. And I think they're just at that age where she could probably reverse the damage done.
I think the reason my mum doesn't discipline is because she's scared of social services taking her kids away.
I'm worried that they're going to become nobody, and that'll be her fault, not theirs. In 10 years' time, and they're still talking to her like that, and people like me have to say that. Imagine how they're going to look to society and not just us. I want more for her. She wants more for them.
It's the attitude that just completely wipe away.
Do you want me to put cartons on for you?
Yeah.
Take away the spoil and they'd be perfect. Every kid should be spoiled. Just not too much.
Oh. So sweet.
They are. And you love them.
course I love them.
And you love them. And we get that, we understand that. But just saying you love them's not enough. You can't just show up and not listen. You can't just show up and think that you're doing right if you're not doing it. But let me help you at least get on the first step, all of you. I would like to see you, I would like to see you, and I would like to see you as a family accept my offer for our aftercare to provide you with that therapy and counselling so that you can understand the family that you were raised in, the victims that you were. Because I believe as young women who want to do the right thing, who are mothers, that you're going to come out completely different women. I can tell you that now. You will.
help, and I really think you'll benefit so much from this.
You take it, Stephanie?
I will.
Take it for yourself?
Yeah.
Your sister wants to take their first step. Do it. Do it. Do it for yourself.
I want to, but I'm so closed down from all that disappointment and all that rubbish that, no, I'm sorry.
I'm offering you the help here to see something very different. I'm offering you the help to grow, to really, truly grow, because a lot of growth happens through pain. You feel pain, you do the homework, you go through the process, you grow. You grow. Will you take it?
Yeah, of course I will.
Commit to yourself.
You don't have to give me an hour to process it, but yeah.
What about yourself?
I don't know. I really just don't know.
Listen, if right now you're not...
I will do it for the kids, yeah.
You know what? If you're not feeling right now that you have the strength to do it, then do it for...
It's not the strength.
Do it for those kids right now. Do it for those kids right now.
Okay.
To give them what they need. And I think you'll be surprised along the way, the journey for yourself.
True.
Serious.
Yeah, they can... Bless them. They're happy.
Are you on board? You do it?
Yeah.
Truthfully?
Yeah.
All right, I've got 4 numbers. I'll do that for you.
Still to come on Family Matters.
We're about £31,000 in debt.
Why do you have takeaways? School shoes or takeaway? Not really hard to work out, is it?
No. We've got our priorities completely wrong.
Yeah.
My next guests, Nicola and Tony, contacted me when financial worries started to tear their family apart. Nicola says they're currently in over £30,000 worth of debt. Tony has to work hard to pay off their debts, which means Nicola's left alone with their 5 out-of-control children.
I'm Nick. My husband is Tony. I'm mum to 5 children. Lee, who's 8. Abigail, who is 5, Phoenix, who's 3, Noah, who is 20 months, and baby Pippa, who is 7 weeks old.
Money in the house is very tight with us.
We're about £31,000 in debt.
I've just changed jobs so I can actually be closer to home. It's not as if I can do any extra overtime either, do you know what I mean? It's...
No, because they don't offer it, do they?
No.
Maybe you should have stayed at your old job rather than changing. Life was brilliant. Then money got on top of us quite quickly.
I know, but it all depends on what money we've got. I mean, there's a lot of money to fork out at the minute that we just haven't got.
We got silly with money and we took out lots of catalogues and loans and things. Debt started accumulating now.
Obviously, the pressures with being with very little money, there's weeks where I'll get my tax credits that will come in on a Friday, and we've got about between £3 and £5 left to last us the week then until the following Friday. If we haven't got the money, what can we do?
Okay. It's the constant worry that am I going to be able to pay the bills this week? Am I going to be able to afford to eat? We're almost out of the butter for this one. Yeah, we're almost out of the ham as well.
It's not nice.
There have been days where I've wanted to run away, but I can't. They're my kids and my family, I can't do that. Maybe I didn't realise it was so bad.
Welcome to the show, the pair of you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Obviously very sensitive for you to watch and, you know, to see yourselves feeling very overwhelmed.
Yes.
You're living with that every day. Explain to me how somebody gets to a place of accumulating the catalogues and the materialistic things. I mean, what brought you to that place?
I wanted to give the kids the life that I had. I'd always, as a kid, Christmas was brilliant. We had sacks full of presents, and I wanted to give the kids what I had because I believed material things are what kids needed.
So materialistically,
yeah.
you were in abundance?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So I believed that that was how a childhood had to be.
And your relationship with your family?
It got worse over the years. Lots of different things happened.
Are you close to your family?
I haven't spoken to my family since I was pregnant with Lee.
Right, so you're spot rotten,
yeah.
materialistically,
yeah.
but you have no relationship with them?
No, not now.
Yourself, Tony?
Obviously, I wanted to give the kids everything they wanted.
So materialistically, again, you felt that was the answer
to give the kids. I didn't always have everything growing up. I'd ask my mum, but 9 times out of 10 she couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So she did her best.
Yeah.
So I felt my children deserved more.
So that was the answer?
Yeah.
That was the answer. So then you went ahead and got different loans, or one big fat loan, or...?
No, different loans, lots of different catalogues. It wasn't all on materialistic things. We took loans out to pay arrears on rent, to buy a car.
What happened to that? Still got the car?
No, the car got written off.
Car got written off?
Yeah.
OK, so clothes, all that kind of stuff. So how long was Christmas Day for?
One day.
Wow. So what happened after that?
It just accumulated. Literally, the bills were coming in, and we did it on like these buy now, pay laters. And when it come to actually paying it, we physically just didn't have the money at the time to actually do that. And my own guilty fault is I'll hide away. I won't open my letters if I know it's a bill, which then has a knock-on effect with us too, because then we end up arguing.
What does that do for you as a father, as a man who would have been raised to feel it's my job to provide, it's my job to financially make sure that my family have bread and butter on the table, that I can support them?
I struggle of a night time.
Yeah.
I have restless nights.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nick's not aware of that. Obviously, she deals with the baby. Mm-hmm. But I'm up and down like a yo-yo. And it's always constantly playing on my mind where I'm going to find the next lot of money to actually pay the next lot of bills to try and get us back on track to where we need to be. What
do you have coming in? Are you working? Are you not working?
No, I'm working full-time.
Yes.
We get, obviously, the wages and our tax credits that come in. I get paid for weekly, and tax credits is weekly, so...
Right, OK. And do you work that all out? Do you sit and manage that? Who does that? Do you do that? Do you do that? Who does it?
We do it together. I'll sit down and say, right, we need these bills being paid this week. So he'll give me the money. When he gets paid of a month, that's when our big bills come out. But we do it together.
Do it together? Yeah. How old's your baby?
8 weeks old.
8 weeks?
Yeah.
Breastfeeding?
No, milk.
Milk?
Baby milk, yeah.
So what happens if you haven't got money for milk? What happens if no money for bread? No money? What happens?
We just won't.
You've got money for a nappy. I mean, what?
We have been lucky that we haven't come to that situation yet. But there might be a week in the future where it might, and I don't know. I really don't know what would happen.
Let's go to some more tape, please.
We've said to the kids, as long as the bills are covered and everything, we'll start taking them out one at a time, once a month. One of the kids will go to the cinema.
When Daddy gets paid next, at the end of the month, it's your turn to go to the cinema, as long as Mummy and Daddy have got the pennies to do it. You'll have to wait and see.
It's in July.
You'll have to wait and see whether we've got the money at the time to actually take you to the cinema.
I don't get any money for myself at all. I have to ask for money from my husband. We've run out of some stuff, so I need some money to go shopping tomorrow.
The £20 that I've got left in my account, I'll just transfer it over to yours so you can then actually get what you need to get with it.
The kids sometimes go without clothes. I've only just bought myself clothes since having Pippa. It's the first time I've bought myself clothes in about 2 years. We've just actually had to stop their dance lessons, which they enjoyed so much, because we just can't afford it, it's too expensive. Maybe go down to 1 lesson rather than 3. Would that not be possible?
It all depends on what payment plan they can sort out for us. It's not. Right. I'm not ruling it out. It's just obviously we just need to try and sort out what's what.
Doesn't seem fair that they don't get to do anything else. We very rarely get any branded names unless they're on offer. We always get own brands. We buy a lot of frozen stuff because fresh meat and fresh veg are so expensive, which means that we're not always getting decent meals.
So, have you spoken to anyone with respects to, you know, managing that money, paying the loans off?
We were dealing with a debt management agency, but their fees were ridiculous.
You still have takeaways?
Every now and again, not as much as we used to.
Why? Why are you still having takeaways?
He finishes late. It's not an excuse.
It just is?
Yeah, it is.
Why do you have takeaways?
It's lazy, but...
Do you hear where your priorities are?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm guilty. I'm going to hold my hands up here. Literally, I'll come in, and rather than waiting for it to be cooked, I should just pick up the phone and have it delivered.
I mean, school shoes or takeaway?
Yeah.
Not really hard to work out, is it?
No. We've got our priorities completely wrong.
Yeah.
So you've lined them up then for this, you know, wanting of we got stuff and now we continue to feel that we should have them. Let's go to tape.
I find it extremely hard, the fact that when we go shopping, the kids ask for stuff and I can't give it to them.
The kids are aware of the situation, especially Lee. If we're in a shop and he'll ask for something and I'll say, no, we haven't got the money this week, he understands.
Lee can be very rude.
No, into your room, please. You know better than that, Lee, don't you?
Very aggressive.
Did you just lie to me?
Oh. Lie there.
Lee! Well, that's not good enough, is it?
Sorry.
But you just lied to me now, haven't you?
Yes.
Right.
Sometimes with the tension, you can actually cut it with a knife. Right, what have you got in your hands, Lee? Did you know why Daddy got cross? No, don't turn tears on, please. Do you know why Daddy got cross? It just got too much. Right, Lee, what were you told? What were you told?
But that's Phoenix's, isn't it? Lee's been dancing since he was about 4, and as we moved to Bridgewater, Abby started dancing as well. And for me to take that away from them was really difficult. The reason Lee didn't tell us that he had holes in his shoes was possibly because we couldn't afford them at the time, and he would have known that, which really breaks my heart that he's thinking of us like that when he's suffering.
Well, most of the time my dad says that I just stop.
That's heartbreaking.
Very.
So what's going on with Lee, Tony?
Obviously, Lee, we clash quite a bit. I don't actually get time to spend a one-to-one with him, which I think is having a knock-on effect. But I can't tear myself in half so much because I've got the other children to help with.
Do you think it was fair for him to be constantly hearing about the stresses of the money and the bills and the everything that you would talk to as adults? Do you think it was fair on him to be a part of all of that?
No, it's not.
No.
Why put that pressure on him?
Deal with that. We wanted him to understand why we couldn't give him what he wanted.
It's put a lot of stress on him. an awful amount of stress because of what he's been told. He's been told so much as a little boy, like you would talk to an adult, and he's carrying that. He's really carrying it. He's really stressed out.
He is.
Still to come on Family Matters.
There's a market saturated with music classes and ballet classes. But what if you're a family that can't? Then you know what? Bring the entertainment home. Go to the library and get the music out and do it there. I think it's a lesson for everybody. I had a chance to meet the kids before the show. Watch the tape. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
Lee, right?
Yes.
Hi, Lee. Nice to meet you. I'm Jojo. Hi, pleased to meet you. Abigail. Hi, Abigail. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Fine.
Good. Are you having fun here this morning?
Yes.
You've been doing all the puzzles? Now, I hear you love to dance. Is that right?
Yeah.
How wonderful is that? Now, tell me about that. That's remarkable.
Well, we have stopped dance because of our behaviour.
You had to stop it because of your behaviour?
Yeah.
OK. What are the things that you're most concerned about with your behaviour, then?
Oh, how angry I get.
Yeah? What are those things that make you angry? Do you know what they are?
The way that Mummy and Daddy shout at me.
I like to help parents with their families and children. And what do you think that I could do today to help Mummy and Daddy?
Well, to help, well, I think to control them, because sometimes they get stressed really easily.
Right, so to control them?
Yeah.
And what do you mean by to control Mummy and Daddy?
Like, because they get stressed so easily.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Yes.
And, like, I think we should really work on that, trying not to get stressed or angry really easily.
Yeah. What kind of things, then, do Mummy and Daddy do when they get stressed and angry that I can help them not do?
Even when someone's doing a really little thing,
Yeah.
they get angry really, really quickly.
Right, OK, so lose their temper. OK. So what I'm going to do then is go and talk to Mummy and Daddy and see if we can teach Mum and Dad to be more calm.
Yeah.
And how to
Control themselves.
Exactly. Exactly. Nice to meet you both.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, my loves. Bye.
Bye.
I love them. Talk a lot of sense, your kids.
They do.
They do, yeah.
Right? Talk a lot of sense. So are you doing your job as parents anyway? The fact is, yes, you've got the financial stress, but are you cognizant of knowing what you need to do with the kids with respects to their behaviour and shaping proper behaviour and teaching them? Are you doing that anyway, or have you been completely consumed with the financial problem that everything else has slipped?
The whole thing has actually slipped away.
Right.
We did have the naughty step in place, but that just dwindled with everything else. Everything just got on top of us.
You just kind of give up with everything there. You just felt really down about everything.
Yeah, it was literally...
No consistency?
No.
No.
OK. Well, at least you're honest here. I mean, that's what we need to be.
Yeah.
Can we go to more tape, please?
It would be a lot easier without the debt. But obviously going forward, obviously we know that we've got ourselves into it. So now we've got to try and find the best alternative to actually get out of the debt again. I don't sleep. At night time, when I've got something on my mind, I won't sleep. And 9 times out of 10, I'll be up and down because I'm worrying where we're going to find the next lot of money to pay the next lot of bills. Nick, she breaks down. She'll go and shut herself away in the bedroom and literally she'll have a cry and try and come out of it that way.
The future's not looking good if we can't sort this out. I don't know whether me and Tony would last. I don't know whether the strain would tear us apart. The strain between us and the kids is definitely starting to show, especially with Lee. It's really difficult, so the future's not looking very good at all.
we can't see that light at the end of the tunnel at the minute, and we've just got to try and find ourselves to go forward.
Okay. So the words that are ringing in my mind right now is the future's not looking good, the future's not looking good. Is that the canvas you're painting? Is that why we're here today?
Yes.
Are you familiar with MAR? The government-run
we've seen advertised
money
on the
agency?
TV.
You've seen advert?
Yeah.
Have you rang them?
No.
I advise you to do so.
Right.
So you're not going to be incurring all these monthly bills.
Okay.
With respects to the fees that they're paying on top.
Yeah.
You've seen them advertised, ring them. They are government run.
Okay.
Right,
Okay. But what are you going to do at home? Okay, so you speak to them and they give you that advice based on your money management and look at your bills and your debt to be able to carve out a long-term plan of you being able to pay off and get your financial debts in control. But what do you do in the meantime when you're at home? Because, you know, most of Great Britain right now is, you know, dealing with money issues and trying to make ends meet.
Yes.
All right?
Obviously, going forward, we can't discuss any more in front of Lee, because that is the main key at the minute, because it's worrying him.
He's not to know about financial issues. He's a child.
That's our time of an evening. That's our time to talk when he's in bed.
And then what happens with respects to your meal plan and your budget? Do you know what you eat 7 days a week?
We buy in bulk and just pick out of the freezer.
No good. You see, there's this myth that freezer food is cheaper. It's not. It's not. Shall I tell you what's cheaper? Having a plan every day of the week, knowing what you're going to eat every day of the week, because then you buy in bulk what you're going to have.
Yeah.
And it means that you don't end up spending, you know, the extra 20 pence, 50 pence a pound on something actually that's not going to fill the kids. It's going to be full of rubbish and it's not actually going to fill them up or be any good for them nutrition-wise.
Yeah.
It's not. But if you have a food plan in place, you know, and you know what you're going to be having, it does shave. It does help with the money, you know, and the budget of how you can do that. Is that something you feel you can come together and do?
I think we can sit down and actually, yeah.
You know, if money, okay, is the problem here, where can you use your imagination so that you can give these kids that outlet at home? What can you do when you're going to the park and you can do the outlet out there? You know, what do you think people do who just don't have that money full stop?
Well, yeah,
They have to.
they have to, yeah. It's one of those
Have
ones
to use
that,
their imagination.
yeah, we've just been...
You know, making blowing up balloons and blowing bubbles is more than what a cinema ticket is. I don't think you're looking at how you use that money effectively to make it stretch. I just feel that there are a lot of things, and you know, don't get me wrong, you know, I've done them and been there and enjoyed them. You know, there's a market saturated with, you know, music classes and ballet classes and guitar classes and this class and this class and that class. And yeah, great. You know, absolutely great if you can do that. But what if you're a family that can't? Then you know what? Bring the entertainment home. You know, go to the library and get the music out and do it there. You know, make the entertainment at home when you're there. You know.
Yeah.
Going forward, takeaways are out now. Going forward, we'll sit down and we will plan this.
Yeah.
And move forward, because I don't want to be down and dumps anymore.
No, and as far as the children, you know, look, there's 5 of them. What am I going to tell you? That they're not going to argue, they're not going to squabble.
Yeah.
You know, they're all different ages, you know, and you know, some people say, well, how do I keep them all entertained? You know, I think it's about the imaginative things that you will do and how they join in. You know, the younger ones watch and they want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
The older ones will start to tell their stories as well. You know, I just think really where you haven't, and I think it's a lesson for everybody. You know, that we've become so reliant on technology, so reliant on money to pay for structured things. And actually what we're missing is the reality of if we did that as parents, that's all our kids would want. They'd be happy with that, actually.
Yeah.
You know, we
just to spend time with us.
Now we fool ourselves to feel that, you know, buying our kids all of these toys and games and everything, you know, is showing them, that we love them, And there are many a family that I know that do not have, you know, that they're actually, you know, in your position, but they're so rich. They're so rich with what they have as a family, just because of what they do and how they come together as a family. They're so rich. They really are.
We've just got to get the childhood back if we lose it now.
No, they're not. They're not. What's our game plan, guys? What's our game plan?
We're literally going to do everything you've advised us to do and raise the bar. So hopefully in the future we're going to be, well, we will be in the future, happy, one happy family.
We need to go home and use our imaginations and remember that they're kids.
Yeah.
You do, because your imagination and your love cost nothing. Let me tell you that.
I don't want to lose their childhood.
Penny.
Don't want to lose their childhood, literally.
Exactly.
I want to make the most of it.
And that costs not a penny. Thank you.